On this episode of the Noob Gourmet, my friend Kyle shows us how to make his recipe for green goddess dip. Check the description of the video for the full recipe. Hope you enjoy it. Hey Kyle, how's it going?
Hey, good. Good to be here.
Welcome. So what are we making today?
So we're going to make a green goddess dip, and I'm going to show you a different version of that same herbal dip.
Okay, so you're going to tell me what to do, walk me through my version of green goddess dip, and you're going to make yours.
Yeah, super simple.
Cool.
Basically,
right.
just chop up with a bunch of ingredients and blend it all together.
Okay, I think I can handle that. So what am I doing first?
So first, you just need to mince some garlic. I think
Okay.
2 cloves. And then basically just roughly chop the veggies the herbs that we have.
Okay.
So, take the tarragon leaves off of them and the parsley, and then just kind of roughly chop the chives. And then we'll just throw it all into a blending bowl with the mayo and the sour cream and some lemon juice and some salt and pepper, and then just blend it all up. And then we'll let it sit in the fridge for a few hours before we enjoy it.
Okay, that sounds good. So I'm going to use garlic powder for now. You did tell me a trick about turning raw garlic into something edible for people with sensitivity, but I am not going to do that today. So how much garlic powder would you say I should put in?
I would probably put in half a teaspoon or 3/4 of a teaspoon. And then what I would do is, if you're going to use powder instead of real garlic, is introduce a little bit of water to hydrate the powder. And then that way it'll help kind of, make the flavor a little bit more closer to natural garlic or just regular garlic.
All right, so I'm going to put in, got it. So I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of that, and then I'm going to do a little bit of water.
I was telling Colin before that I to mellow the flavor of garlic, because I don't like really, really pungent garlic, I tend to mince the garlic and then throw it in the lemon juice for about 10 minutes. And then the lemon juice, citric acid, helps break down the garlic and kind of cooks it slightly. And then that way it sort of mellows that sharp garlic flavor right out of the gate.
Great. Okay, so I've got my garlic in there. What's my next ingredient? How would you go next? Oh, sorry. I could just put, I also am not using tarragon because I didn't have it at the store, but we have some fresh basil from our little herb garden. I read online that was an acceptable substitute. I know it's not going to taste the same, but...
No, this is very different. Tarragon has such a particular taste, right? It's kind of like an anise flavor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so, so basil won't exactly simulate that, but it'll still taste really good. I'm going to show you, I'm using cilantro and mint. So you really can do any kind of herb combination that you like. Once you have that base of mayo, sour cream, lemon, and garlic, then you can kind of build off whatever herb profile you want from that.
Okay, so I'm doing my basil. I'm doing
so just chop it roughly and throw it in the.
How much on the chives?
I think it's just 2 tablespoons worth.
Okay. I will try to eyeball that.
Yeah, the nice thing is that you don't have to be too particular about this. This is a very forgiving recipe, and then you can always add in more, more of something if it's missing something later on, and just blend it again.
Okay. So I've got my chives going in, and I'll do the parsley. When you're making things like this, is there a particular order to add ingredients? I know I hydrated the garlic powder a little bit, but is there, I know with baking it's dry and then wet ingredients, but is there some rule of thumb for this sort of thing, or does it really not matter?
Because this is just raw and we're just blending it, no, it's whatever order you want to put it in is totally fine. Traditionally, when you're cooking, the only thing you want to take into consideration with order is if you're searing something or if you're sauteing aromatics. A lot of times you'll start the recipe doing that, but this is just a raw, straightforward dip. So thankfully, we don't have to. It's way more forgiving than baking, for sure.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm gonna do my parsley now. Do you put stems in with the parsley when you cook with
So
parsley?
I will put in like small stems. Yeah, maybe not the stems way at the base, but yeah, like the little stems that are kind of attached to the leaves, those can go right in.
Okay. I've become very anal retentive about stem removal, but I guess I don't have to be quite so.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're doing
Particular
something
about
that's
it.
like presentational and you're really wanting to like, impress people with the way something looks, then maybe that makes a little bit more sense. But in terms of flavor, the stems contain as much flavor as the leaves do.
Okay.
And so, you're still going to be getting some of the flavor from the stems as well. And it's not going to make anything, the delicate stems aren't going to make the flavor bitter at all.
Got it. Okay, I've got my herbs and I've got my parsley, chives, and basil. What should I do now?
So the lemon juice,
Okay. Is that a whole lemon or half lemon?
it calls for 1 tablespoon. So usually that's from 1/2 to a whole lemon, depending on how juicy your lemon is.
Should I bother to measure it or should I just do it straight in?
You can eyeball it.
All right, I'm gonna eyeball it.
You can always add more later. I would, be a little conservative. But the nice thing about the lemon too is if you add too much at the beginning and it tastes too strong at the beginning, after it's in the fridge for a few hours, the flavor of the lemon juice will mellow quite a bit. As the flavors kind of meld together.
Okay. I tried a half, so we'll see if that is conservative enough. And now it looks like the remaining ingredients are mayonnaise, sour cream, salt, and pepper.
So
Yeah, so you can use it. So this is a great little ratio. If you don't have sour cream, you can use Greek yogurt, and that works really well too. Just make sure that you don't want it to be sweetened at all. Probably don't want to put in their fruit blended yogurt. But if you have plain Greek yogurt, that works for sour cream. But then it's just a 50-50 ratio. So half of an amount of mayonnaise to half of an amount of sour cream or yogurt. In this case, I think we're going to do about a half a cup mayonnaise and a half a cup of sour cream as the base of our dip.
Great. So now I have a very important question. What type of mayonnaise do you use?
Ooh,
are you a Hellmann's person? Are you
What's it, Miracle Whip or what?
Today I'm using Whole Foods 365 mayonnaise just because that's what they have.
Okay.
Everything's
Right.
sold. It's kind of funny actually. I've seen mayonnaise getting sold out a lot but yeah, so long as there's not too many like weird ingredients in it, I'll usually go for any mayonnaise. I'm not a mayonnaise snob.
Really? Oh, okay. See, I grew up eating Hellmann's. And all the other mayonnaise tasted weird to me as a result of that. But I've recently switched to mostly Kewpie mayo, but I feel like that would be too
Kewpie mayo's good.
too umami. I feel like that would overpower this dip. You know what I mean? So I feel like Hellmann's is more. I decided to go with some leftover Hellmann's because it's a more neutral.
And you got to use it up. That's always a good thing. Yeah, I mean the flavor of the herbs are going to come through so strongly that we're really just using the mayonnaise as a base, and then that helps it kind of have that like silky, rich taste to it that offsets the brightness and the kind of the sourness of the sour cream or yogurt.
Okay. So yeah, I do have sour cream. So I got half a cup of the sour cream.
Man, I always have sour cream in. It's probably not the best for you, but
I do buy the light sour cream. I don't know if that actually means anything or if it's just I'm sure it's got a little bit less fat in it. I don't know if it's any less bad
I think
you.
I think for this, because like I said, again, you've got so much flavor coming from the herbs and the garlic and the lemon. A light sour cream is probably not going to hurt anything. I would stay away from non-fat sour cream. I just don't think that has there's no reason for that to exist.
What? How much salt and pepper would you say?
Just like a healthy pinch of salt, a healthy pinch of pepper.
All right. Healthy pinch of salt. Decent amount of pepper. All right, I think that's it. I think I put everything in there. So should I just go ahead and blend it?
Yeah.
All right.
So you got your chives, you got your parsley, you got your basil. You're using instead of tarragon. You got your salt and pepper. You got your lemon juice, and you got your garlic.
Yes.
Great.
Got all that.
And that's it.
All right. Let's see what the little mini ninja can do for us here.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think I've ever used a ninja.
Yes, we have one in this house. So all right. So this thing just goes in there.
Do you use it for smoothies? Are you smoothie?
I haven't. I've used it for cords are all over the place. I've used it for making like sauces and stuff. If I don't feel like it's easier to like pour out than a blender, even though I prefer the blender.
Yeah.
So all right, here we go. Gonna be loud for a second. And how much do I want to
Blend this. Like what
You
color?
want it to be. It'll probably be very green. Yeah, you want to just blend it until it's there's no chunks of anything in it.
No chunks. All right. That may take.
Yeah, you want it to be. You want it to be creamy. And you're not bothering my ears, so blend it for as long as you need.
All right, great. Oh yeah, okay. It is much more green looking inside of the container. It looks kind of white on the outside, but when I open it up, it's very green. So
yeah,
that's good.
if you want to, you can take a spatula and scrape down the sides, and sometimes that'll dislodge.
We have the smaller ones in that time.
Oh, yeah. I'll try not to get the spatula caught in the. What?
Oh, getting the spatula caught in the tines. You know,
blades.
When I bought my Breville food processor, they were so nice. They actually gave you a spatula that was perfectly shaped so that that you could do the edges.
That's apparently what this is. This a ninja? Is this an official ninja spatula? No. Okay.
It got stuck in the dishwasher.
Oh.
So it's mutated into something else entirely now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I think just a smaller, like having the smaller head just makes it less likely to get trapped in the blades or whatever. All right, let's try this again. All right, I think we're good. So do I just put this in a bowl and then?
Yeah, just put it in the bowl and then chill. You know, cover it and chill it in the refrigerator for a few hours. You can try it now, but the flavors usually improve if you kind of leave it in the bowl to chill.
Great.
So while I've got you here, I gotta ask your opinion on a party etiquette. So
Crudité platter.
Yes.
you go to a party, crudité platter, veggie platter. What are you going for first?
What's your
First choice? Like, what are you loading up on
your little party plate?
Yeah.
And second question is, what vegetables, if any, do you think do not belong on a veggie platter?
Very good question. So I'm a very traditional crudité guy. I'll go for a carrot stick right away, or a celery stick. I think those are kind of my faves. I think maybe like red bell pepper, if you can do them in kind of larger spears. I love a snow pea. But I personally avoid like raw broccoli or raw cauliflower. I think that's playing a little too fast and loose. However, I have had crudité where they did like raw veggies and then they did some like roasted veggies too. So they put in some like roasted broccoli, and so I could go for a roasted broccoli.
You don't like is that like a food safety reason or just a personal taste?
It's a taste and like the consistency. Like raw broccoli just seems really, and it gives me the burps. Yeah. Yeah. I'm never a big fan of raw broccoli.
All right, I got you. The idea of doing a cooked and a uncooked crudité platter is not a bad one. I probably would not have thought of that on my own. I mean, it feels
Yeah.
like veggie platter is just raw veggies, right?
Yeah, and you can do just sort of like slabs of zucchini or squash, and then just like, do a little bit of oil on either side and then grill them really quickly. And then then those can be nice to dip in it as well. Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah.
God, what else have I seen? I mean, I've seen fruit crudité where they like dip it in some kind of like sweet mix, but I don't have a sweet tooth before dinner. Sweet tooth is afterwards.
That's fair. All right. Well, we've made our green goddess dip, or at least I've made mine. So why don't you? Are you done with yours yet? Or are you still working on it?
So I have to actually I have mine ready to go. I've got all the herbs and everything. I'm just waiting for the garlic to mellow a little bit, and then I'm gonna blend it. So I can shoot a video of me blending this, and you can see what the finished product of this one is as well.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, don't rush your garlic mellowing on our account. But we're gonna throw this in the fridge. We're going to let it sit for how long do you recommend?
So I would recommend it for at least a couple hours. So by dinner time or whatever, it's probably going to be really great. And then I think I was telling you before, the nice thing about this dip is that if you have leftover dip, you can throw it in with some chicken and celery and make a chicken salad out of it, or a turkey. If you have leftover turkey, you can do it with that as well. And then, or you can just use a couple tablespoons with some greens and use it in a salad.
All right. That's fantastic. Well, Kyle, thanks so much. This has been great. And I will text you later and let you know how it was.
Yeah. And I'll send you my videos as well. Cheers.
Okay. See you later.
Here's some footage Kyle sent me of his dip, and boy, it looks great. I'm jealous we're stuck in quarantine and I can't try it. The one I made tasted awesome. The lemon and herbs gave it a nice kick. I used it as a dip for veggies, potato chips, and even put it on a salad. This recipe is simple, easy to make, and delicious. Check the description of this video for the full thing. Thanks for watching. Make sure and subscribe to the channel to see more videos. See you next time.